Eamonn Holmes, honeymoon phase, with girlfriend 22 years his junior is officially over. Eamonn Holmes and girlfriend Katie Alexander are said to be over the honeymoon period as Eamonn spends time in Belfast with his family, without Katie. Eamonn Holmes' girlfriend stood by his side on the red carpet at the Icon Awards, smiling warmly for photographers as she placed an affectionate hand on his back. The GB News presenter looked equally cheerful, grinning from ear to ear as the pair appeared in high spirits at the Glamorous event in East London. It marked the first public outing for Eamonn and Katie Alexander, who is 22 years his junior, since reports surfaced that the honeymoon stage of their romance has come to an end. According to those close to the couple, the extravagant holidays and expensive gifts are doing little to revive their romance, and Eamonn is now reportedly spending more time in Belfast with his family, without Katie. The 65-year-old has been dealing with severe back pain following his spinal injury in 2022 and now depends on an electric wheelchair to get out and about, the Mirror reports. Eamonn was married to Ruth Langsford at the time of his injury, but the couple ended their 14-year marriage last year, announcing their split in May 2024. Shortly afterward, it became clear that he had developed a close relationship with Katie, who works as a counselor. Recent reports from the Daily Mail suggest that Eamonn is grumpier than ever. The source revealed, "Let's just say the honeymoon period looks like it is very much at its end." They continued, "He's grumpier than ever and his health problems he has chronic back pain really aren't helping but, instead of moving closer to Katie and settling, he's spending more time with his family in Belfast, often without her. The lavish gifts and the swanky holidays don't seem to have made him any happier." Additionally, the publication also reports that his colleagues at GB News share the same complaint. One said that, "He's a miserable goat even on a good day." They added, "He goes into GB News in the morning, and he moans and moans. It seems to be fizzling out for him. He is very low, the only thing that cheers him is going to work, he loves working." Making matters even more difficult, reports suggest that his son Jack, who he shares with Ruth, has sided with his mother since their public split, as has the youngest son from his first marriage. Ruth has recently hinted at a potential return to This Morning, the daytime show she regularly co-hosted with her estranged husband. However, she had one condition, and that is she wants to work with her TV son, Ryland Clark. In a recent interview she stated, "If they'd have me, they only have to ask, especially with Ryland. I love Ryland, he's like my son, really. We adore each other, and we've worked together before, so who knows." Eamonn Holmes says, "Goodbye my old friend," in emotional tribute. Eamonn Holmes has issued a statement after the death of broadcaster John Stapleton, who he worked with on GMTV, was announced on Sunday. GB News star Eamonn Holmes has issued a poignant tribute following the death of broadcaster John Stapleton. The presenter, who recently reunited with an old co-star, posted a message after news emerged on Sunday, September 22, of his colleague's death, which came after his struggle with Parkinson's disease. Reflecting on John's recent appearance on the program, just weeks earlier, Eamonn shared an image of John on his show. He wrote, "This was just over a month ago with me on GB News. How fragile life is. No way did he seem near to the end. Goodbye my old friend, one of the best." The discussion had centered around John maintaining a near-normal life, whilst battling Parkinson's, a condition he had revealed in October 2024. During their chat, he had told Eamonn at the time, "It'll only get worse, but thinking positive about it, lots of people live only a normal life with Parkinson's, so I'm aiming to do the same." The pair shared a lengthy professional history, having both worked at GMTV during the same period, reports The Express. Eamonn's tribute emphasized that the television icon had been a cherished friend. It wasn't long before people commented on Eamonn's post, with one person saying, "Watched that interview, so great to have him back on our screens. So awfully sad, sending condolences to his family and friends." Another commented, "Watched that interview with fond memories. So sad, he was a gentleman." A third added, "I watched it, was so lovely John talking to you and Penny about old times. So sad, a lovely man." Someone else wrote, "I watched your interview with John and couldn't believe it when I heard the news this morning. He always came across as the perfect gentleman and a great guy. 'Tis a sad day." John's death was confirmed over the weekend after his Parkinson's condition became complicated by pneumonia. His agent Jackie Gill revealed, John had Parkinson's disease which was complicated by pneumonia. His son Nick and daughter-in-law Lisa have been constantly at his side and John died peacefully in hospital this morning. Stapleton was most recognized for his appearances on Newsnight, Panorama and GMTV's NewsHour. He was also one of the original presenters on Sky News. Eamonn Holmes issues emotional statement as fans rush to support star. GB News. Eamonn Holmes shared a poignant tribute this week on social media following the death of a fellow broadcaster. Broadcaster Eamonn Holmes has issued a poignant statement following the death of fellow broadcaster John Stapleton. The GB News presenter, who recently had to issue an apology, took to social media after John's death was announced on Sunday, following his battle with Parkinson's. Recalling John's recent appearance on GB News, Eamonn wrote on Instagram, "This was just over a month ago with me on GB News. How fragile life is. No way did he seem near to the end. Goodbye my old friend, one of the best." The interview had centered around John's experience of living a near-normal life, despite his battle with Parkinson's, which he had publicly disclosed in October 2024. During the conversation, he had told Eamonn, "It'll only get worse, but thinking positive about it. Lots of people live only a normal life with Parkinson's, so I'm aiming to do the same." Both Eamonn and John enjoyed lengthy careers in broadcasting, having worked together on GMTV. Eamonn's tribute made clear that John was not just a colleague, but a dear friend, reports The Express. Fans of the broadcaster responded to Eamonn's post, with one commenting, "Watched that interview, so great to have him back on our screens. So awfully sad, sending condolences to his family and friends." Another added, "Watched that interview with fond memories. So sad, he was a gentleman." A third fan remarked, "I watched it, was so lovely John talking to you and Penny about old times. So sad, a lovely man." John's death was announced at the weekend, following complications from his Parkinson's disease exacerbated by pneumonia. His agent, Jackie Gill, confirmed, John had Parkinson's disease which was complicated by pneumonia. His son Nick and daughter-in-law Lisa have been constantly at his side and John died peacefully in hospital this morning. John was a familiar face on television, known for his appearances on Newsnight, Panorama and GMTV's NewsHour. He was also one of the original presenters on Sky News.